Alright everyone, hello and welcome to yet another Zyori vlog installation. I believe this brings us to vlog number 4. Oh my, I can remember when we were just starting with vlog number 1 and here we are all the way up to video blog number 4. So just going to give you guys a quick update about what I've been up to, future plans, the kind of usual. And this week we have a lot of, maybe not this week, it's kind of bi-weekly. This half week we've got a lot of cool stuff to talk about. So first things first, computer surgery was done. For those of you that follow me on Twitter and Facebook, you know how long it took. It was embarrassing, but it was quite the effort. I took this computer, bought new parts, upgraded it, then took most of its remaining parts, put it in another computer, which is right here. Then I have third-gen parts that are on the floor over there somewhere that nobody's using right now. Anyway, it was really good. I actually need to update the gear page on ZyoriTV. Right now, if you go to ZyoriTV/gear, that is the gear for my secondary computer right here, the new one. I did get an i7, the 3820 Sandy Bridge with the 10 megabyte L3 cache. Oh god, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And streaming it in 1080p and recording in 720p. My processor's like, psh. Oh yeah, and we're playing Han on max settings. Okay, we got like 50% processor usage. It's ridiculous. It's so much faster than any processor I've ever used in my entire life. It's incredible. It really, truly is. So I've got a pretty sick setup now. ZyoriTV is officially in HD mode now in 1080p. And we may start doing 1080p VODs in the future, but for this at least, I'm actually in 720p right now. In the past, they were 720p, but the webcam wasn't capturing quite so high because my processor couldn't encode both simultaneously. But now, this is actually 1280 by 720 camera resolution, so I should be looking a little more crisp, maybe a little more crystally, maybe a little more frizzy up top now that it's not all blended together. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Well, anyway, the computer surgery was successful. I spent a good 6 hours yesterday finalizing all the stream settings, making sure everything was working perfectly for the League of Legends series that launched, and I finally got it to work. So on that point, we did launch the RaidCall to Arms last night. We did see Curse NA face off against Fortnite. I casted with Mr. Comely. It went reasonably well, except there was a big debacle. Unfortunately, about 5 minutes into game number 2 of a best-of-5 series, Riot shut down spectator mode. Just like, yeah, we're having an issue right now. We don't know how to fix it, so we're just going to shut down spectator mode. We shut it down for like 45 minutes. We missed the rest of game 2. Game 3, Fortnite actually surrendered, what do you want to call it? Forfeit, that's the word I'm looking for. They actually forfeit, and Curse won 2-0 with a walkover in game 3. So we did get to cast one game. It is posted on the YouTube channel already. If you're remotely interested in League, you should check it out. I feel okay about it. Obvious room for improvement. I think it kind of shows that I still have a long way to come as a League caster, but as a starting point, I feel pretty good about it. So sort of ups and downs of week 1 of RaidCall to Arms, but alas, week 2 will be starting, well, actually in less than a week now, next Wednesday, the 11th, around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock p.m. EST. Of course, Curse NA will be joining us yet again, and we do have another team lined up, I believe, though it's not announced, so I'm going to keep quiet on that one. Of course, it will be on the ZyoriTV page, as well as its GoSuit.com. Yeah, of course, more personal things. 4th of July. Hope you all had a great 4th of July, because I did. Oh my gosh. Again, for those lucky Twitter followers, you can see a few pictures. I was in a parade for my real-life job. They do the same parade every year, and it's a different theme. This year it was Pause for Peace. Oh, that was so cute. It was really fun. My official job was candy thrower. Nice. It was awesome. I got to stand in the bed of the truck and the parade going 5 miles an hour with a big bag of candy, just making it rain on little kids. So, you want some Tootsie Rolls? Oh, like, it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. And we threw out these little frisbees that had our contact information. It was a lot of fun. So I had a fun 4th of July. It was actually a fun little way to let loose. Now that I'm working from home primarily, it was nice to actually get outside and get a little sun, you know, interaction with people that like you work with, but sort of in a casual setting. So it was cool. I did skip fireworks though. I played League of Legends instead of going to see fireworks. So a few lucky people were graced with my presence instead of everyone at fireworks. So that's one of those things. But it was cool. Just want to report. I love throwing candy. If this whole casting thing doesn't work out, I'm gonna go for a professional candy thrower, because something about just like this little kid just like candy, and you just chuck them with like 30 Tootsie Rolls, and it's like, oh my god, it's like that movie that Shaq was in. What's it called? Kazam or Kablam or Mazam or some shit, where he lives in the boombox and he comes out and the kid's first wish is, I wish I could rain candy, and then all these Snickers come out of the eye. That's what I felt like. I was just like, if I can remember the name of the movie, I could have been like Emerald style, Kazam, you know? Anyway, it was cool. Of course, the Higgs Boson was discovered. Whoa! Whoa! Who'd have saw that coming? They've only been looking for it for like 50 years, and they found something that potentially might be it. So that sounds promising. That's cool. We're actually going to talk about that a lot tomorrow on the news report with Zyori and Hyper. Don't forget about that, actually. Sometime around 9 o'clock a.m. tomorrow morning, we're going to do episode 2 of News Report with Zyori and Hyper, and we have some pretty cool changes. We're going to add some webcams to it. Now that I can code in 1080p, we're going to be in 1080p. We're going to change the format. I think we're going to start off with kind of a lightning round of just like quick trivia facts that are cool that happen, and then move into deeper stuff like the Higgs Boson, and talk about just all sorts of different articles. And of course, I don't know if any of you have been looking at Zynga, but oh my god, did it tank today. It opened 20 cents lower. Like, what the flux, man. We're going to talk about Zynga a lot tomorrow as well. So a lot of cool stuff for News Report. We're both pumped. It should be a lot of fun. The last thing that I want to note before we move on here is Heroes of New Earth casting. There is a lot of cool stuff coming up this weekend as I'm refreshing the calendar on my other monitor here. Of course, the Clan Milk Open is this weekend. It does start in almost exactly 24 hours, actually. Day 1 will be this Saturday, and it is a completely open $2,500 tournament, so you can bet your hiney that quite a few big teams will be there. I know there's going to be a lot of coverage in general. I'm sure Clan Milk will be covering it. I believe Honcast will be providing some sort of coverage, though I'm not sure if I will be a part of it. Talked to Breaky about it, and I think they're going to be trying out some of the applications that they got for their official co-caster job. So I guess now since DreamHack, they've had time to go through some of the applications. So I may be on the Honcast stream a little bit. I may be filling some, but he's planning on cycling in some new casters. So that'll actually be pretty cool. We might get to see some people that could become some new blood on the scene. Always excited for that. If I don't have to cast on Honcast, I will probably just be doing some additional coverage in the early rounds on my own stream. No biggie deal. You know, I don't have a problem. I've got nothing better to do. I'd rather cast anyway. I'll solo it or cast with somebody else. So, you know, that's fine. More coverage, the better. That's the way I think about it. Of course, we did do the Grand Poobah this morning. If you have not seen those VODs, you should go check them out. Actually, really, really good games today. TT Esports versus, they changed their name, and that's why I'm drawing a blank on it right quick. TT Esports versus BWOM is their old name, and their new name is PLCZ. That's it. So you should check it out. The VODs are here on YouTube already. They're actually, the last one's actually uploading as we speak right now. You should check it out. They were really cool games. It did go into an ace match, so that does spoil a little bit, but you would figure that out anyway, and that adds to how exciting the games were. It was pretty cool. Of course, I did have to solo cast it, but it was still pretty awesome. So I'll keep doing the Grand Poobah. And there are 2 other small events coming up this weekend. There is the RAR 2v2 tournament, which I will be casting on Sunday, just about 48 hours from now. It's just kind of like the way It's Ghost who did the 1v1 tournament. Same kind of a thing, kind of for fun, gold coins on the line, but it should be interesting. I think there are at least a couple pro duos signed up, or Singleton Pro with Singleton Amateur. It should be kind of cool. But I will be casting that on my stream, so at least something a little different there for your Sunday, maybe after the Clan Milk Finals. And the last thing is, there is another Garena event coming up. I believe it is tomorrow night. The catch is, though, it starts 10 a.m. Singapore time, 10 p.m. my time. And that's when the tournament starts, and they're going to go all the way through. So it's probably going to end at like 6 a.m. I don't know how much of that I'm going to cover. I've been invited to cast. I'm probably going to cast at least a couple rounds, maybe go from like 10 to 1, something like that. I don't know. You know, it kind of depends on if the people in my house need to get up the next morning, if I can be yelling at 3 in the morning. I'm going to kind of play it by ear, but there will be some kind of late night coverage coming up on Saturday, I think, in between the Clan Milk stuff. So plenty of both Han and League of Legends stuff coming up for those of you. A lot of stream time this weekend, so certainly a lot to look forward to. But I think that about does it. We're up to about 14K frames or so. Feeling pretty good. As always, follow the social networking, everything at ZyoriTV, except YouTube, ZyoriTV1, because there's some bad... Who would do that? Take ZyoriTV and then delete the account. It's sorry, that name's taken. Yep, the account doesn't exist, but it's still taken. We're just collecting accounts that were... Everything else is ZyoriTV except that one thing, ZyoriTV1. There you go. Just got to remember it. Anyhow, guys, take care. We'll catch you guys in another cast.